Yes, as a track and field fan, I am very excited. Yesterday, the 16th of August, saw not one but two records being broken on one day. Two records. Now, Tyrese Taylor was the second person to break the record because earlier that day, Ralphford Mullins broke the discus record with a throw of 72.01 meters, shattering the previous national record held by Frederick Dakers. He set that one all the way back in 2019 at the Rabat Diamond League meeting. And then yesterday, Ralphford Mullins over in the US at the Oklahoma Throw Series shattered the record, adding more than 1 meters to the record. And that is especially exciting seeing that we have lost Roger Stoner to Turkey. The Jamaican expression as one gone, one born is very true in this situation. Now we wish Stoner all the best. Of course, no hard feelings. A man has to do what he has to do for himself and his family. And if Ralphford Mullins should lift up tomorrow, a man has to do what he has to do for his family. But it's nice to see that some years ago, about 20 years ago, we weren't really having a lot of decent discus throws. Now we're having world champions and we're having men who are throwing over 70 meters, and throwing over 70 meters is a big deal in the discus throw. So now we want the amateur to come up. It will take time when the schools or champs decide that they're going to take the event more seriously. Now, speaking of taking events seriously, the 800 meters. Now, for some years, we had a long-standing 800-meter records that just couldn't be broken, right? Years upon years, when I'm going to high school, the 800-meter record seems to be out of reach for all of the athletes. And in all honesty, when I was going to high school, they didn't take the 800-meter seriously. So what happened was that we found where the 800-meter record of 145.2, right, set by Seymour Newton all the way back in Helsinki in 1977, remained as a record until a young man by the name of Navaski Anderson, who was not one of those champ superstars, broke the record. Right in 2022, I believe, at the NCAA Division 1 Championship, if memory serves me right. I'm getting old. And then he lowered that record once again in 2023. And then he lowered that record once again. And then a man by the name of Tyrese Taylor. And you could see this Tyrese Taylor run coming from afar, if I'm being honest. If I'm being honest, I saw Tyrese Taylor improving rapidly, and I was like, this young man is coming for Navaski Anderson's head. Yes, it took a while, but I am not in the least surprised that he has managed to beat Navaski Anderson. We saw this one coming from afar, not even from a near, from afar. And I was telling a lot of people that he is going to beat Navaski. Now, he did beat him at the national trials in a time of 145.26, right? But when I said he was going to beat Navaski, I meant he was going to beat Navaski even if Navaski ran a personal best, because some of my friends came back and said, see him beat him. But him still don't get the qualifying time. I said, don't worry. So now Tyrese Taylor, in a time of 143.74, is now the new national record holder. And yes, that time will get you out of the heats. It won't take you to a gold medal time. But what a lot of persons don't understand about the sports of track and field, and I love the sport of track and field because there's so many rules in track and field that is similar to rules in life. In track and field, you go out there each time with the goal of getting a personal best. A personal best meaning you do better than you have done before. And in life, honestly, all you can ask for as an individual is that each time you go out there, you try to do better than you did the last time. If yesterday you were at a particular level, you have to try to get some form of marginal improvement. And of course, they say that if you want to be great at anything, you have to invest 10,000 hours into it. And the more hours you invest is the better you become marginally until you become great. So of course, I'm not expecting the 800 meters runners overnight to be running 141. Right? I'm not expecting them overnight to be running 142. But they're getting there. Andal Rabban of St. Vincent won the event that Tyrese Taylor and Navaski Anderson ran their personal bests. One of them setting a national record. Now, if you remember, of course, if you're a fan of track and field, you might be saying, but that name sounds familiar. Yeah. All JC fans will know that young man. He is a product of champs. And it warms my heart to see that a product of champs is now at 142.87 in the 800 meter. Another product of champs is at 143.74. Another product of champs is at 144.18. Those are the three fastest 800 meter men to have ever run at champs. So this is a good news and a good day for Jamaican track and field. And why I spent more time talking about the 800 meter than the discus throw, to be honest, I believe that we were already doing very well at the discus throw. Remember, we have the defending world champion, although Turkey might have a few words to say about that, but we have the defending world champion, and Frederick Discus have always done well for himself internationally, and we have always gotten medals at various international meets. Now it's time for the 800 meter men to step up and show Jamaica, land we love, that we might be little, but with Talawa, we can do anything that we put our minds to. So it was a glorious day for Jamaican track and field. And I will end this video here for all the persons who say that I like to talk too long. You guys are lucky. Arsenal is about to play. Bye for now.